This is Gerardo Del Real live from the 2023 Beaver Creek Precious Metals Summit. Joining me today is none other than Mr. Craig Perry. Craig, you wear many hats, so I didn't know how to introduce you. You want to tell the fine folks out here all the different things you're doing, and then let's talk Vizsla Copper, which I know both of us are excited about.
Yep, thrilled about Vizsla Copper. So that's the sort of day job at the moment. I'm exec chair of Vizsla Copper. At Inventor Capital, look, I think we've got 26 companies now. 12 of them are listed. One, Vizsla Silver, New York Stock Exchange listed. I'm the chairman there and a massive supporter of that company. I think there we've got, I think it is probably the most important silver discovery in the past 30 years. So we're thrilled about that. We've got a number of companies primarily covering the battery metal space, a couple of clean energy businesses, including Vita Carbon. And then beyond that, a couple of gold companies, 3 or 4 gold companies as well. And so we're still very bullish on gold. But yeah, the day job, Vizsla Copper.
Excellent. So clearly you're bullish on the commodity cycle right now.
Look, I think the setup is better than any time we've ever seen. Firstly, the buying opportunities out here are like nothing else I've ever seen. You look at Vizsla Silver, for example, we've got a market cap of about 300 million. We've had that for, we went as high as 600 million. Back down to 300 million, quite crazy. So the discoveries we've made there, I think, it equates to about 4 million ounces of gold equivalents. Virgin discoveries haven't been priced in at all. So the buying's extraordinary, but the setup in terms of metals generally, because metal's going okay. Copper's just below $4. That's our favourite metal really outside of silver and gold. $4, I think, you've got such massive macro changes in supply-demand dynamics. I think we're going to see, we could well see $20 or $30 a pound copper in the next 5 years. I say that, people laugh when you say that, but certainly last time around we saw copper, 30% increase in demand drove the copper price from 71 cents to $4.60, so 6 times.
Sure.
This time around we're going to see a bigger, probably 40% increase in demand over the next 10 years. I think we could well see, copper prices go up 5 times to north of $20 and bring it on, I say. We've got a lot of copper in the portfolio.
All right, well, let's talk valuation and opportunity. You talked about Vizsla Silver, once commanding a market cap of 600 million, still commanding a market cap of 300 million. Where's Vizsla Copper at right now?
Well, tiny, micro cap almost, 25 million. It's as cheap as it's ever been. The company's been, we spun it out of Vizsla Silver actually and distributed that stock out to shareholders. Gives us a good institutional shareholder base in an early stage, so that's a help. We bought the Wood Jam properties in central BC about 7 months ago. We raised 6 million off the back of that. We've been drilling. We've just completed that. It's a fabulous property. It's a huge area now. We've pieced together various different parts of the land package over the past 6 months. 88,000 hectares. We're just south of the Mount Polly mine. The Goldfields drilled 120,000 metres. Spent about $30 million on it to 2013. It was one of their top 2 exploration projects globally. And then, of course, like everyone else, they cut exploration to zero back in 2013. The guys who owned it then consolidated Wood Jam, Bill Morton, fantastic fellas, great explorers, but just couldn't raise capital. So there's only been 15 holes drilled on the property in the past 10 years. So we're just wrapping up our first drill campaign now. 18 holes, 8,000 metres, and we're getting some really good results. We put out a news release on Monday, 66 metres at nearly 1% copper, and that's within 300 metres at 0.6% copper. So
we joked off air that the market reacted actually in a positive way, which was nice, right?
Well, this is an important point, I think. Vizsla Silver and Vizsla Copper, we both put out good news on Monday.
Yeah.
For the past couple of years, you put out good news and the market sells it off. This time, I think we're both up about 10 or 12% on Monday. So I think there's a bit of a turn happening here. I think people are starting to come back in and the market's starting to behave the way it would normally, rationally. And I think there's a hell of a lot, wandering around the conference here, heck of a lot of money sitting on the sidelines ready to come back to the sector. So there's no better opportunity to buy than right now.
The market cap says early stage. The flagship project is definitely not. What comes next for Vizsla Copper and how do you unlock that value for shareholders?
Yeah, really good point. Look, firstly there, within the is an existing resource base. So for $11 million, we acquired the property. For that, we got 2 billion pounds of copper, and 1 million ounces of gold, although we think there's quite a bit more there that when we update the resource model that'll come in. With this drilling we've done, we put out those results over the first 2 assays from the program. We've got 16 holes worth of assays to come, so that'll happen over the next couple of months. I was up at site there 2 weeks ago and having a look at the core. It looks fantastic. There's some really juicy intercepts in there, so I think we're going to have some good news over the next couple of months, and that will sort of set us up to do a recut of the resource base. I think we'll see an increase in both pounds of copper and ounces of gold, so and potentially an increase in grade as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's a great time to get into the story now before it starts to move.
Excellent. A lot of copper exposure, some gold exposure for a kicker. Anything else to add to that, Craig?
No, not really. I think that let's see what happens with copper over the next couple of months as well, because that could really kick things on also. So we're excited about all that, and listeners and viewers should check out inventorcapital.ca. And take a look at everything else we're doing, because we've got some fabulous companies that are all undervalued, selling cheaply at the moment.
Excellent. That's why we're chatting, right? Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.